Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support, y'all. We out here. 33 years of prison stories. We rolling. As y'all can see, I'm still not stable. I'm still, you know, over my sister's house. So what I'm trying to do is keep this content coming, you know, and make sure y'all stay aware of what's going on. What's going on the other side. So we can save some people, man. And that's what we trying to do. Appreciate everybody who subscribed, everybody who liked these videos, everybody who rock with me, man. We at 65K and climbing. We on the road to 100K. We gonna get there. There's no doubt in my mind. So y'all stay tuned, stay locked in, and check me out on Instagram, man, and check me out on TikTok, because this is a movement. Make no mistake about it, man. We making a movement. So appreciate you all, man. Big love to everybody. This video, I just wanted to talk about this real fast and let y'all know what's happening with this checking in, man. Checking in is an epidemic in prison. They call it checking in because it's whenever people get in trouble, whenever they feel like it's getting too hot on the yard or they got problems that they feel like they can't solve, they check in. They ask the administration to put them in segregation, right? Now, segregation is the whole. Who want to go to segregation? Nobody. You know, this is what you avoid when you're in prison, trying to go to segregation. But when you checking in, you literally asking to be put in segregation, or you're asking to be put in protective custody, either or. You got some people who want to go straight to protective custody. You got some people who just want to check in because they say they can't stay out here. They can't. They feel like they got some problems. They feel like something is coming their way and they can't handle the heat. So what they'll do is they'll check in. Some dudes will try to do what we call sneaking, checking in, or you know, dry checking in. They'll create a problem that they arguing or beefing with the CO, cuss the CO out, call the CO all types of names, threaten the CO. They would rather take that charge and try to save their reputation like they not trying to get away. But more than often, people know that they just trying to get away. You know, they owe somebody some money. They beefing with somebody. You know, that heat coming down the pipe. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to be able to get away from it. You will either have to address it or you going to have to try to get away. And a lot of times, dudes choose to try to get away. Now, the problem with that is, you know, once you check in, that's it. You know, you could check in on this institution and 10 years later, you know, it never comes up again, but 10 years, you never check in again, but 10 years later, you on another count, and you got a beef or you arguing with somebody, the first thing gonna say, oh, he checked in back there on Augusta, man, he's a cow. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna bring you more problems than it's worth than just dealing with your issues when you have to deal with them. But the problem with that is a lot of dudes don't want to deal with them issues because sometimes them issues come with deadly force. Sometimes them issues come with that Bethlehem coming at you. You know, and a lot of dudes don't want to deal with that because they don't want to push the Bethlehem, nor do they want to be on the business end of that Bethlehem, you know. So they take the route of checking in, you know, and I've seen it over the years many times, man, more times than I can count. You'll have dudes acting like tough guys, acting like they bought it, they would whatever, they ain't going for nothing. But then as soon as they get in a situation where they're dealing with a dude that they know is going to bring that heat and it's coming, they gone. You know, you'll go in at night, you'll lock in for count, and everybody know that y'all beefing or whatever, and in the morning, it's supposed to be on. You know what I'm saying? They call it on site. Means as soon as I see you, we popping off. We getting it busy. We ain't playing no games. And do the check-in during the middle of the night. He'll check in during the middle of the night, man. He'll wait till a CO coming around. He might wait till his cellie go to sleep, and he'll get his cellie a note, or he'll pull up on the cellie on the door and say, man, I'm trying to check in, you know, just to save face. So, like I say, it all depends. It depends on who you are, what you're willing to do, and what you're willing to sacrifice, what you're willing to stand up for. Because you always going to have challenges in prison. That's just a fact. You know, you're going to get in beefs, you're going to get in situations, but it always seems to be the opposition. When dudes feel like the odds is against them, some dudes is not going to stand up against that, no matter what the situation is. If they feel like the odds is against, because you have those type of situations too. You may have beef with a dude now, especially during these days. You may have beef with a dude now, and this dude is a gang member. So you already know how it's coming. Like a pack of hyenas. You know what I'm saying? And some dudes gonna run from that because they don't feel like they got nobody that's gonna hold their back, and they don't feel like they're gonna get a fair one. So in order to avoid the possibility of getting hurt, you know, losing an eye or losing your life, then they just say, okay, boom, I check in. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, that reputation is gonna follow you forever. Now, I don't knock nobody for choosing what they choose to do for their own life, because it's their life. You know, and no matter what I say or you say or anybody else say, it's their life. They got to protect their life the way that they feel that they should. Me, on the other hand, I had a different philosophy. When I was living that type of life, my philosophy was, I ain't checking it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what it is. You can have an army, you can have a navy, you can have whatever. I'm not checking in, you know, because I understood the ramifications of that. Now, have I been in deadly situations where the odds was against me? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Many times, you know. And just thinking about back on the incident that I told y'all about, when the thing happened with me on Augusta, when I went back and robbed, you know, the dudes for all the stuff that I lost, because I felt like I was cheated. So I went back and took it all. So then I got the whole mob coming against me. You know what I'm saying? They telling me they gonna kill me. They telling me don't come outside, you know. And I'm saying to them, I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that, I'm coming. You know, and I even had my own homeboys who we was low in numbers. The odds was against us, but they were still willing to be with me. You know, and I'm telling them no, because I don't know what's going to happen. And I didn't want nobody to get hurt on my accord. You know what I'm saying? Because I know when I go out there, I'm going to do whatever it takes. I don't care what it is, you know, and I'm going to protect me at all costs. But I had soldiers, you know what I'm saying? I had soldiers. Shout out to DC. We always in here forever. DC for life. But the soldiers was with me and they was willing to go. But the fact that I was willing to go out there against so many people and the odds was against me, you know, and the truth be told, I ain't know what was going to happen. Because you got so many people coming and so many people on the opposition that you don't know what's going to happen. You can only hope for the best and prepare for whatever is coming your way, but you really don't know what's going to happen. But I knew if I had to check in, you know, to try to avoid that smoke, avoid that drama, then that would have been on my name for the rest of my bit, and I won't have in it, because that's going to bring you more problems in the end anyway, because everybody going to say something to you about it. Everybody going to bring it up when you got an issue. Everybody going to bring it up when there's a dispute. Oh, man, you checked in on such, or you were scared of such, woo, woo, woo. So you're going to have to address it now, or you're going to have to address it later. But that was just my philosophy, the way I'm going to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to address it as it comes. Period. Wherever the chips fall, they fall. If I fall, I fall. But my hands ain't gonna be in my pocket. You can believe that. My hands ain't gonna be in my pocket, and I ain't just gonna be letting nobody do nothing to me. They gonna have to bring it to get it. You know, so that's me. But you got other people that they just feel like they can't go that route. You know what I'm saying? They feel like, well, you know, I'm gonna take the diplomatic route. I'm not gonna get hurt. I'm not gonna put myself at that risk. But at the same time, whatever got you in that situation, you done already put yourself in a situation where you facing drama. So it ain't no need to run from the drama, because the drama has already came to your door. You know, dudes will get in debt, they'll borrow and they can't pay, and then dudes, you know, he want his money. That's just how it goes in the penitentiary. You ain't taking nothing from nobody besides dudes that's already labeled as weak. Because anybody else gonna stand up for whatever they got. They have to. Because of the same circumstances, because of the same rules and regulations that apply in prison. If you let somebody take something from you, everybody gonna take something from you. It's just that way. So people is not gonna allow you to take nothing from them. But these dudes, they come in, they're young, they'll borrow, they want to get high, they want to do this, they want to do that, and they can't pay it. So they'll put themselves at risk trying to size up the person they borrowing from and seeing if their flammery gonna work. Their larceny gonna work. Their lies gonna work. Oh, I ain't get it, man. I got to, you know, my money ain't come. Man, ain't nobody trying to hurt none of that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody trying to hurt none of that, because they done heard it all before. So dudes is telling you, if you ain't got this money, this, you know what I'm saying, when you come out them doors, man, be ready, man, because I'm coming at you. So you gonna have to deal with that sooner or later if you in the penitentiary and you doing all this type of stuff like borrowing, getting in debt, gambling, you know what I'm saying? All of that stuff is gonna come to you. So it all gonna depend on how you conduct yourself. And yes, I've always told y'all, no matter what, drama coming to you anyway. But at the same time, you can minimize that. You can minimize the type of drama that's coming at you by the way you conduct yourself. You know, by the way you go about doing your bit. That's all gonna fall on you. You're gonna have to determine what type of lifestyle you're gonna live in there. But if you live the type of lifestyle where you're gonna be borrowing, you're gonna be getting in debt, you're gonna be gambling, you're gonna be getting drugs, all of that stuff, man, you better be prepared to use that Bethlehem, bro. That's the best I could. You better be prepared to use it, because if you're not prepared to use it, it's definitely gonna be used on you. You know, that, some batteries in a sock, a lock in a sock, a pipe, something coming to you with. You know, something coming your way. Believe that. Because that's just the nature of the environment that we in. People is not gonna accept losses. They've already accepted the biggest loss of their life, and that's their liberty. That's their freedom. They're not gonna accept losses from you just because you put your word on something and you can't stand up to your word. So when dudes put themselves in that position more than often, and then they find themselves having to check in, you know, they looking at the opposition, they listening to the words, they checking his resume, checking his background, knowing that he done put some work in before, so they know what he telling them, that they not playing, and they coming at you. Now, you willing to go to war, or you willing to go to jail? And a lot of dudes would choose jail, man. A lot of dudes would choose jail. You see some dudes, they've had beef with other dudes on other camps, and they got away, and that dude show up on that camp because he's not on your enemy list, or they not honoring the enemy list. And as soon as they find out this dude on the camp, they check in. Oh, such just got here. Woo, woo, woo. Where he at? Oh, he downstairs. Boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, you wake up in the morning, he gone. You know what I'm saying? He done pulled the great escape. He out of here because he don't want that type of drama. You know what I'm saying? He don't want that type of drama. But like I say, those things are going to follow you everywhere you go. You're not going to be able to get away from it in prison. Your reputation is your life. If you let a person take your reputation, you very well can let somebody take your life, because more people are going to try you based upon your reputation. You understand? So you have to protect your reputation, because in protecting your reputation, you're protecting your life. You are essentially protecting your life. And people don't understand that, man. They come in there and they think they on the streets. They running all that little flammery, that larceny that they run. Oh, I can get him, or I can put him off, or I owe you $20, I give you 18. It's like, I paid you, man. No, dudes want every dime of that money, man. They want every dime of that money. That's blood money in the penitentiary. They want every dime. You owe him 20, he want 20. He don't want $19.95, he want $20, man. Straight like that. That's just how it is. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then you got these dudes that put themselves at risk, and they don't realize they putting themselves at risk. And then sometimes things just don't fall through, especially when you borrow something, you depending on somebody on the street to send you some money. If you depending on somebody on the street to send you some money, and then people on the street living their life, they doing things, they have things going on. Something may come up and they can't send you the money. Something may come up where they ain't sending money, or they just slip their mind. All of that gonna put you in harm's way, because you've put your word on something, you've stamped something, and people are gonna take you for your word. In the penitentiary, man, your word is good as a black card. You know, the card they got out here, they say the rich people got the black card. It's a black card, because they're going to take you for it. They will give you anything that you want with just your word, that you're going to pay it, because they're going to make you hold up to your word, man. They're going to hold you accountable for what you put your name on, and they're not going to try to hurt that your people ain't sending money, that your people they don't care nothing about that. When I ran the store box, I ran the store box with an iron fist, and I didn't care what excuse you had, because I made it clear when you came and got my stuff, let me know when you're going to bring it back. If you don't bring it back, then I'm going to automatically assume, no matter what's coming out your mouth, I'm going to assume you playing with me. I'm going to assume that you testing me, and I'm coming with it. I'm coming with it. It's just that simple, because if I don't, then there's no need to run a business, you know. And it could be $200 versus $2, but the principle is going to remain the same. the principle is going to remain the same. It's not the dollar amount, it's the principle. You know, and a lot of dudes in there don't know how to operate under principle. And when they don't know how to operate under principle, they put themselves in harm's way and they ended up checking in. You know, they ended up going to the hole. And I done seen some dudes that I've known over the years. You'd be surprised at some dudes that check in. I mean, really surprised. And they will always try to justify by the opposition. You know, I knew this one dude that I was locked up with for a long time, man. And he always was known to fight. Always known to fight, man. And hey, look, he had a funny name too, but you know they called him Kokomo, right? So Kokomo was known, he'll fight. You know, Kokomo was known to run his mouth. He was known to be one of the dudes is always the life of the block, cause he always talking, he always joking, he always got something to say. He in the mix with everything. So I knew Kokomo, and I wouldn't say that you really would call Kokomo a sucker, because like I say, push come to shove, he gonna do whatever he got to do. He ain't no gorilla, you know what I'm saying, just gonna go out there and just be wah, 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 but he gonna do what he got to do if the drama come to him. From the times that I was around, right? I can't say that about him. From the times that I was around. Yeah, when I was around. But like I say, he want a gorilla. There's a difference between a gorilla and a dude that will handle his business. We got dudes in there that's gorillas. Like Bo Billy, Bo is a gorilla. You know what I'm saying? And Bo gonna go get it by any means necessary, and he don't care who he is or what's going on. If he got smoke, he bringing the smoke, and he ain't picking and choosing. But then you got dudes that just handle whatever come to them. They ain't starting nothing, they ain't pushing nothing, they ain't in the mix with nothing, but if you bring them drama, man, they gonna answer the call. So I would put Kokomo in that type of category. He won't gonna run, he won't a coward. He'll take a whooping. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that he gonna whoop it, he'll take a whooping, you know, from the times that I was around. Now years later, before I got out of penitentiary, right before I left, I was on River North, right before I left River North to go to Nottoway, where I eventually made parole about 5-6 years later. I was on River North, which was a new institution. Now, this new institution was structured like a warehouse, man. It was like, man, it was crazy. It was the craziest prison I ever been on, far as the way it was structured, the way it was built. To me, I think it was supposed to be a warehouse, but they got so many dudes that they mass incarcerating these days that they turned it into a prison, because the building that they built wasn't being used for like 4 or 5 years, and I think they turned it into a prison and just, you know, packed all of us in there just to, you know, get more money. But I'm just saying. But on this institution as well, they had one whole building that was just all PC, protective custody. Dudes have checked in, dudes is in long-term segregation. They can't go to population because they running from someone or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Something or somebody. So when we go outside for rec, though, we caged in a fence. So sometimes they'll bring the PC people out there. So we caged in the fence, and they caged in the fence, and it's barbed wire at the top, so you can't really do nothing. And you got dudes out there with guns and everything. So they will put them in a cage sometime right beside you. So you're like right there beside the people that's in protective custody. Now, you already know that everybody that's on population is looking over there, seeing them dudes on protective custody, knowing that they done checked in, they hiding or running from somebody. So they call them all types of names and cowards and BITCHs and all of this. They get that all day when they out there on rec. Oh, you over there, you can't. And some of them over there running their mouth acting like they tough because they know you can't get to them anyway. So they gonna say what they got to say, you know what I'm saying? Talk about your mama, call you all types of this, that, and then the third. So that's just what it is. It's just jawbone and mouth to mouth. But I can remember being out there one day, man, and we was out there, we was playing basketball, and I look over there and I see Kokomo. And man, I was shocked. I was like, Kokomo, man, what is you doing over here, man? And he was like, man, it's a long story, it's a long. And by this time, he been locked up just as long as me, or if not longer than me, you know. So I'm like, man, what is it, you know? And he was like, man, listen, man, it's crazy. It's a crazy situation. You know, I was on the institution. I got to beefing with the gang dude, and he acting like he wants some work and he putting a bad bone on my name, talking about I told on somebody on the street when I got paperwork saying I ain't never told on nobody, somebody told on me. So we get into it and then we get ready to rumble, and I'm trying to rumble him one-on-one, but they telling me, you know what I'm saying, there's some gang stuff, they ready to jump me. They talking about they gonna stab me up, they gonna kill me. So you talking about me dealing with 15, 20 dudes, man, you know what I'm saying? I ain't, you know, I ain't with that. You know what I'm saying? I take a fair one, but I ain't with that. You know what I'm saying? So they won't trying to give me a fair one, man. And then I got the word that they gonna kill me the next morning. They plotting on me. They gonna stab me up at breakfast. So I checked in, man. The people end up putting me in PC, because now they done spread the word all over the compound that whatever compound I go on, that, you know what I'm saying, the blood's supposed to get me because I supposed to snitched on the blood on the street. The blood that they talking about, I didn't even know nothing about bloods and all this and stuff back then, but he done became a blood now since he in penitentiary, and they looking out for him and holding up, you know, his back and everything, and now he's saying that I snitched on him, so now all the blood's trying to kill me, dog. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't trying to fight me one-on-one. They trying to kill me, dog. I done did too much time trying to go on the street, man. I ain't trying to let them kill me. Not like that, you know. And I'm listening to his spiel, and I'm trying to understand, and in a way I do, because like I say, he ain't got but one life. He got to protect his life whichever way he feels suitable for him. So, you know, like I said, I always look at situations, you know, and put myself in them, because when you're in the penitentiary, you can always be in a situation that somebody else is in. And I was trying to understand him at the same time, but I was looking at it too, like he did so much time and came so far and did whatever he had to do to build up the name that he got for himself, and then you just let them wipe that out. You know what I'm saying? Because they not gonna remember nothing else you did. They not gonna remember none of that. All they gonna remember is seeing you in PC. You know, you in PC, you in protective custody. So it was a crazy dynamic, but that's just, you know, like I say, these are the obstacles and the things that you will face when you incarcerate, you know. And for him, I guess that was the best route for him, and maybe it was. It depended upon how serious them dudes was. Me, I'm gonna meet force with force. That's just me. If they kill me, they kill me. But somebody coming with me. You can rest assured of that, because like I said, my hands are not gonna be in my pocket. Somebody coming with me. So I'm always gonna ask myself, what they willing to do to me, do they understand what I'm willing to do to them? And I'm going to find out when I make my move, because I'm coming with that Bethlehem, and I'm not playing. So if they going to stand up under that and they end up, you know, whatever, you know, getting the best of me or getting me down and killing me or whatever, then that's just what it is. But I just was living that type of life at that type of time, so it didn't bother me. And when I look back on it now, in retrospect, it's kind of crazy, because I could have died at any time, any given day. Many of beefs and many of situations I was in, I could have lost my life. But at the time when I'm in the moment, I'm not thinking like that. I'm feeling like I'm a prevail. I'm feeling like it's a no-brainer. I'm gonna win because I'm prepared and I'm willing to do whatever, and I'm gonna prevail. And that carried me through, you know. That carried me through. And in real life, that's not always going to work like that. You know what I'm saying? It could have always went south for me at any time, but, you know, God was with me, you know, and I came through it. But I couldn't have never, ever, under any circumstances, saw myself going to PC. I just couldn't have done it. I just couldn't. My pride wouldn't let me do it. My heart wouldn't let me do it. And whoever was trying to force me to do it, if they would have said something to me or put that type of pressure on me, or, you know, gave me the type of threat that they was going to hurt me, I was going to get them. I was going to get them just as sure as grits as groceries. They just don't know when it came out of their mouth. They had already put themselves in the line of fire, because I'm not going to wait for you to do it to me. I'm going to make a move. I'm not going to let you execute your plan on me. I'm going to execute my plan on you. But like I say, most people think different ways. All people think different ways. This was my philosophy at the time. This was the way that I thought. This was the way that I lived. He obviously lived a different way. But that right there put him in a position where, as to however much time he had to do that was left, he had to do it in PC. He couldn't come out nowhere, because now they done spread the word all over the institution, and there is bloods on every institution, no matter where you go. So wherever he go, somebody gonna say, oh, that's such and such, and he gonna have to deal with it then, when he should have dealt with it back then. So either way, he gonna have to deal with it, and he could never come out. So I heard that he ended up making parole from back there. I don't know if it's true or not. That was the last time that I was around him, and that was like 2014. But yeah, man, but that was the situation that he got himself in because that was the choice that he made. You see what I'm saying? But prison, man, like I said, is really no real blueprint to prison. It's something that you're gonna have to be learning and experiencing and growing every day in to survive. Every day is new survival tactics. Every day is a new philosophy to stay alive, to stay unhurt, to stay, safe. Every day. Because the people are changing. So the philosophy is changing. Younger dudes coming in with more flammery and larceny that you ain't seen or heard before. So you got to stay up every day and be on point, man, and be ready for whatever. And I guess it overwhelmed him, and he couldn't take it, and he ended up going the route that he went, man. And that's something that stayed with him for the rest of his bit, because no more was it Kokomo, it was Kokomo, oh yeah, he in PC, oh he PUSSY, man, oh he a coward, oh he snitched on somebody. Because when you back there in segregation, or you back there in PC, now the narrative or whatever bone that they was putting on you, whatever rumor they was putting on you, whether it was true or not, it's gonna be more believable, because now it's out here spreading like wildfire, and you can't, you can't refute that, because you ain't nowhere to be seen. And then people seeing you in PC, so they're assuming you're not in PC because the gang dude's trying to get you. You in PC because you actually did what they say you did. You see what I'm saying? Goes back to the same thing I've been telling you all the time. Prison is lose-lose. You can't win. You can't win. When you win, you don't win. When you tell the truth, you don't win. You lose. It's just all losses in prison. It's all losses, no victories, man. No victories, because you're without your liberty. So you have no victories. And yeah, that checking in is vicious, man. It's vicious, but it's permanent. You know what I'm saying? In prison, it's permanent. It's not a temporary decision. When you choose to do that, that's permanent. That's on your name. You can't get it off your name. You can come out and you can, put that Bethlehem in somebody, chop them down, do whatever. They still gonna say you checked in. Well, you still checked in back then. Oh yeah, he did that to him, but he was scared of him. It's just gonna stay with you. So luckily, being the person that I was and understanding my environment, that was never an option for me. I would have died first. And I know that may sound drastic or whatever, but whatever was coming to me, it was gonna come, because I won't going back there. Period. And administration, they ain't got no love for you neither. They'll put bad rumors out on you too. They'll say, oh yeah, he back there in PC, he doing this, he telling on people and everything. They'll do all of that, whether it's true or not. You see what I'm saying? So the best case scenario, man, is to deal with whatever you got to deal with and let the chips fall where they may. If you living right and you got good karma, and you know that whatever's coming to you, that you're acting out of self-defense instead of offense, then God gonna be with you, man. And that's what happened with me, and that's why I was able to prevail for them 33 years, 12,345 plus days, because God was with me. It wasn't all me, you know what I'm saying? It was this bit of me and that much of God, because like I said, my life was in danger at all times, and as will yours be if you put yourself in a position to be in prison. If you put yourself in a position to lose your liberty, to give up this freedom out here, that's your life will be on the line as well, each and every day. Even when days when no one say nothing to you, even when days where you just lay in your cell all day and it ain't nothing happening, weeks and months go by, you don't know it, but your life was in danger at each moment, because at each one of those moments, somebody could have opened your door and came in there and wanted to take what you had. Somebody could have came in there and wanted to assault you. Somebody could have bumped into you on your way to the shower in the chow hall and had beef with you and wanted to hurt you. It just didn't happen that day. But it's omnipresent every day. Danger. You understand? So, yeah, man, I just wanted to put that on y'all, man, and just drop that, get that off my chest. Checking in is a big thing in prison, man. Dudes are thinking they're saving themselves, but are they really saving themselves? Or are they bringing themselves more drama down the line? Who knows? But I just wanted to tell y'all about that. I wanted to drop it on you. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let me know if you would have been somebody who checked in, or you would have been somebody who faced whatever opposition was coming to you. You know? So, but I can tell you this, in every lesson there is a blessing. The blessing is you'll never have to answer that question. You'll never have to answer that question if you just stay free. Just stay out here. Just enjoy life, enjoy your family, enjoy being able to wake up and make your own choices, make your own destiny. You cannot do that in prison, my fellas, my queens, my kings. You can't do that in prison. You can't, you know what I'm saying? So stay out of here, out of prisons. Stay out here, stay free, stay humble, you know, stay encouraged, stay motivated, keep elevating, keep believing in yourself, and just keep on pushing forward, man. And sooner or later, you know, the floodgates are opening, man. Your dreams will come true if you stay disciplined to what you want to do. You know, if you stay disciplined. And I guarantee you it beats the alternative. Trust and believe me, it beats the alternative. So y'all be safe out there, be smart, make good decisions. I should be back on track tomorrow. I wanted to put this together for y'all real fast, just to make sure y'all have some content. Boy, look at that. Look how fluid that boy moved. You understand me? I might still got something left in this tank, man. I don't know. You know, anybody want to try that? Let me know, man. TBP is all love. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, and tuck them hooks. Bam, bam, I'm out of here.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.